everybody, welcome back. This is Miss Faye, and this is my world. Today's topic is mistakes that some men make with good women. Mistakes that some men make with good women. Before we get started, I'd like to say welcome. Welcome to the channel. Welcome to all the new viewers, the new subscribers, and welcome to you who have been with me from the beginning. I really appreciate you. Now, to get us started, I did pull a short video. Let's watch this video, then we're going to dive right into this topic. Mistakes that some men make with good women. Here we go.
When you give too much, he learns to take you for granted. Giving is a beautiful thing. It's one of the ways we show love, care, and commitment. But when you give too much, too often, too freely, it can shift the dynamic in ways you didn't expect. The truth is, some men get comfortable, too comfortable, with always being on the receiving end.
Okay, let's go through them. Now, let's define the good woman first, okay? A good woman, for this scenario, is a woman that cares for her man. She, let's say, submits to her man. He is a priority in her life. The good woman, which means she cooks, she cleans, or whatever he needs, sex, whatever, she's there for him. She's like the ride or die woman. Okay, that's a good woman. Okay, now why would some men mistreat a good woman? Well, because some men just take it for granted. In the beginning, they're probably excited about it, because they've never had a woman to treat them like this and proud of it. But after a while, some men just begin to take it for granted. It's just no big deal. But the thing is, they don't want to lose it, but they don't cherish it. They don't do anything special for her to make her feel loved or anything like that. They just go about their business. These men, many times, everything is about them and not their partners. All right, so taking her for granted is a very big one for me. How about these men who have mistresses? They take their wives for granted. The wife is home and doing whatever, where they, of course, the mistress many times is a secret. So he figures as long as he can keep it a secret, then no hurt, no foul. But it hurts the relationship because there's a big secret between them. But that comes from him taking his wife for granted. Figures, she's going to be there. And that brings us around to another mistake. They think you won't leave. As a matter of fact, when you do leave, they're shocked that you left. Because, these men figure that they have taken all of your power away and you don't have the backbone to stand up and leave them. They don't believe that. Because they have tried all their tricks of manipulation and usury and everything on you. And still, you can leave? That's beyond their belief. And plus, a lot of these men are so cocky to believe that they can sex you so good that you will never leave. That's right. And I'm going to tell you how men come to that conclusion. Many times it's from us. Because when we're engaging in sex with them, we moan and groan just to add to the atmosphere. Not that he's doing all that, but, you make all these noises just to please him and everything. But then he goes away thinking he's some gift. He's some gift. And he treats you like that. You understand? He treats you like he's a gift and you're whatever. That's the downside of doing that. But a lot of good women will do that because they want to support the man, to make him feel good, when he goes off to work the next day and things like that. So you go through those changes, but then you give him a false sense of reality when you do that. Now, the next thing, he may have a psychiatric condition. I'm going to put it like that. Okay? That will cause him to mistreat a good woman. If he's got something mentally going on, if he's got demons, that will make him mistreat the woman. And as we know, there's no cure for that. You're always going to end up leaving or dying. You see? But yeah, if he has a psychiatric condition of any kind, he will mistreat the woman. All right? If he has an addiction of any kind, many times it'll cause him to mistreat the woman, whether the woman is doing whatever he's doing drug-wise or not. Because if he has that inside of him, it's going to come out when he gets high. That's another real reason why he would mistreat a good woman. Now, how about he has very low self-esteem? He's miserable inside himself. So he can't be good to you. You see? Well, now this is the thing, ladies. Sometimes we'll meet these men who are kind of angry. We know that they have issues from childhood or whatever traumas that they have suffered. We know that when we date them. But we feel like our love can help them and nurse them back to health. It can't. It can't. You get in a relationship with these people and then they start abusing you. Because all of that negative energy, those demons are going to come out and hurt you. You see? So when you see signs of any kind of bad behavior, even when you're dating somebody, well, then you probably need to think twice whether you need to be with them or not. Don't go in it thinking that you can help them. Yeah, you can't help them. That's a life of misery. Okay? All right. So now let's see what else. Oh, how about if his parents, the people he came from, I did a video not too long ago, and it was the questions that it was one of the videos, and I talked about when you're dating, you need to know these things about this person. You want to see where it comes from. You want to check that DNA, because he might come from a whole line of crazy folks or psychopaths or whatever. You don't want to be tied up with nobody like that. And see, a lot of times you don't get that information until you become really involved with the person. So he's already had sex with you and whatever, you understand, and then maybe it'll slip out or, down the line, or you overhear it in family conversation, things like that. No, you don't want that. You need to know up front. That's why I say, ask those questions. But because if you get hooked up with one of those guys, they will abuse good women. All right? Look for how his parents treated each other. Most times these guys will mimic the way they saw their fathers treat their mothers. Whether the father was with the mother, the father was with the girlfriend, or the father, wherever the father was. Find out about their childhoods, because it'll be too late if you end up marrying them and then you have a child and that child has the same DNA as his father, And then later on down the line, you find out that there's some stuff there that you wish wasn't there. So it's better if you kind of, I say, nip it in the bud. Yeah, I figure like if he's interested in you, then he'll be open to any questions that you have. He'll have nothing to hide. And that's a good thing. And that will save you, ladies, from being with abusive people. Because abusive people have plenty to hide. It's funny because on the question video, it was 6 questions or something that you asked on the first date, I think it was. And I did look at some of the comments and I got a chuckle. And one of the comments was that the lady said that these questions too hard to ask on the first date. Well, the thing is, it's the way that you ask them. It's the way that it's done. You see that, but getting the job done is what's important. You see, because a man, when you go out on a date with him, he's thinking 6, whether it's a young man or an old man. That's what he's thinking. You're over there, dressed nice. He's visualizing you in bed, naked. That's what he has on the brain. He's not really interested in your mind and all that. Now, on the flip side of that, if he's no good, then he's probably more interested in what you have. It means a lot to match up with the right people for you, because maybe that will help you not to choose abusers. And it's a lot of men out there. And women, I'm going to talk to you because I think sometimes women, we want to build our men up. When choosing the man that you desire, don't give him your all. I say don't ever do it. Give him what he gives you. Whatever energy he's giving you, that's what you give. Because many of us, we give all of our energy to him. All of it. For him to do with it whatever he wants to do with it. And he just kicks it around with his feet. And I believe that if we only give the same energy that he's giving to us, then we'll be able to see clearer whether this, number one, if this is the right mate for us. Is he a potential abuser? You can tell a lot of things, women, if you step back a bit and don't give your total self to the relationship. Because when you give your total self, your eyes are closed. You see no wrong, ever, no matter what he's doing. Now, your friends from the outside, they can see clearly. But you won't even listen to them, no matter what they say. So that's why I say don't give your all to the man. No, don't do that. Whatever energy he's given to you, you can give it back in some way. You don't have to match him for tit for tat. It's not that kind of thing. But if he gives you, he wants to spend time with you, well, then you give him that time. You understand? But you're not going to go and give him that time and then give him dinner and then give him sex and then you understand what I'm getting at? And hold off on the sex, okay? I'm telling you these things because I know the title of the video was the mistakes that most men make with good women. And you women, I know it's more of you watching the video. And since we're on this subject, I wanted to give you some support into maybe what we can do to kind of prevent us from getting involved with these type of men in the first place. Okay? I hope you understand the message today. And I really hope that it helps someone. Oh, and don't forget, Living Life with Miss Faye is up and running, and the link is in the description. Now, those of you who may have a question that you'd like for me to answer, my email address is in the description. And if you're looking for today's affirmation, the link is also in the description. I want to thank you so much for supporting this channel. Thank you for your comments and your letters. And a very special thank you to those that leave a donation. I really appreciate all of you. I wish you all the very best. And I really hope to see you next time.